Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you all are well and that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy. Thank you all for tuning in to yesterday's video, and thank you for the folks that have come on board for the journey. And most definitely, we want to make sure that we talk about some good things today as we are moving forward, progressing with some XRP news, some some lawsuit updates, and we want to make sure that we talk about the XRPjoe going offline for payments. And most definitely, we're going to talk about the connection with MoneyGram and Stellar and some of the news coming out of that. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. Those folks who've been here, I greatly appreciate every single person. No matter where you are, you guys are greatly appreciated. So, thank you for coming along on this journey. And most definitely, I want to talk to you guys today about some things that happened last night while at work. So if you don't mind, before we get into the crypto market cap, into the news, just wanted to share some things with you because yesterday I had an awesome day at work. And it was unexpected, but you know what? There's some things that are not coincidence. Yesterday, if you tuned into yesterday's video, we talked about gold, we talked about silver, coins, and things like that. And lo and behold, I wanted to go here first, okay? Here is a token of appreciation from a gentleman that came into Old Red while working a few nights ago. I didn't expect him to really remember me or anything like that, or I didn't even expect him to come back. It's just like, you know, when I speak to people with respect and being polite, courteous, and building a rapport while they're there, I try to give a good presentation with professionalism. So there was three things that happened to me last night, and I'll go over this one because this is kind of, one of the unique things. No, I'm not a police officer or anything like that. I do work with law enforcement, however, and when people look at me while I'm out and I'm working, I do believe that they know that I carry a certain mystique or a certain thing about myself. So as the gentleman left, he knows that I was a Buffalo Bills fan. It was kind of sports related. Also being that this person was from California, me moving from California here to Nashville, this person walked away, shook my hand, and this was in that handshake, this token right here. It's a pretty unique token, and San Jose Explosive Detection K9 Police, and that was just awesome. That was the back part of it, and here's the front part of it. So whenever you are doing your job or wherever you may be, I know sometimes we go to work, we don't like our jobs for whatever reason, or we're grumpy or whatever. Never go to work and take it out on the customers, because the customers are the ones that help you pay your bills. And most definitely, those customers who greatly appreciate you, they will show you by some of the language, but by some of the conversations and things like that. And I didn't expect this, so I wanted to share this with you because at the end of the day, this means a lot to me, and I really appreciated this man doing it. It was an older gentleman, walked away, him and his wife, and he shook my hand with this. So I just wanted to share this with you all. I hope you don't mind. And that was another conversation that I had with another retired law enforcement. It was just kind of, a coincidence that these gentlemen sought me out and was speaking to me and speaking very highly of me and my present, my stature, and things like that. So, I appreciate those men, and I appreciate law enforcement, and I appreciate those men and women who are serving in that capacity. And, with my background with executive protection, security executive, I have worked with local law enforcement, sheriff's departments and things like that. So it speaks volumes, and I just wanted to share that. So I thank you. I hope you don't mind that I did that, dude. So again, always treat people right. Always treat them with class and dignity and respect. That's just my motto. And I don't only talk about it here on the channel. I actually live that in real life. And I am who I say I am, and I always want to make sure that I'm always encouraging that you guys are outstanding citizens and human beings, no matter where you are. It goes a long way for other people to notice and see, and you know what, it might help change somebody's behavior and attitude along the way. So anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the crypto market cap, as Bitcoin dominance is at 44.5%, Ethereum 18.4%, and the global crypto market cap took a little dive here, not too much, which is 2.28 trillion, which is a decrease over the last day of 0.68, so close to 1%, but no worries, it's okay. Sometimes you gotta go up and retreat a little bit, and hopefully we'll get back into some momentum. You got some trending tokens, some biggest gainers, and then you got some recently added tokens here. Right now, Bitcoin has gone down a little bit, $53,847.87. Ethereum at $3,563.76 there. And BNB posted at number 3, $442.19, while Cardano is at number 4 in that position, $2.29. And as we jumped over Tether, we're going to go to the 6th spot, which is our beloved XRP, which we'll be talking about today, most definitely on today's video. So stand by for that information. And if you want to fast forward through the videos, most definitely it's going to come after the MoneyGram and Stellar information as well. So in the future, hopefully I can kind of manage it where, I can actually synchronize it to the time of when I start talking with that, when I have more time to do so with the editing and all of that. So anyway, XRP at $1.07, never a bad time to buy XRP or get into a position. So what you want to do is get into dollar cost average if it chooses to go down. And if it's trading sideways, most definitely you want to acquire and accumulate. And that is my foundation. And I'm not telling you what your foundation should be, but if I was a betting man, which I am, XRP would most definitely be that foundational wealth. Solana at $156.50 there at number 7. And Polkadot $34.97, up 10%, jumping up to the number 8 spot, as USDC $32.6 billion market cap there, and we'll be talking briefly about USDC here on the video today. Dogecoin at 24 cents at number 10, and as we can see, we're going to go just scrolling down here. As I said yesterday on yesterday's video, I do believe Shiba Inu can flip Dogecoin. Maybe not in the price as far as like 24 cents, but most definitely in market cap. As we can see, Shiba Inu is at $11.5 billion market cap, and you know what? I hope that this thing continues to go up because at the end of the day, I do have a position in Shiba Inu, and most definitely we'll be taking profits from that to move it elsewhere. So again, use your strategies, use your intuitions, your insights, and be good at what you're good at. So whatever you do that's good, stick with it. And if you know that you're getting outside of your comfort zone, yes, you want to expand it, but at the same time, you still want to be able to stay within your identity, your makeup for what you're good at. Okay, so all the tokens that I go over and things like that, I'm not telling you to get them. I'm not telling you that these are financial instruments or tools or advice. So I just wanted to make sure that we point that out and be clear of that. So anyway, here we are. We see some good things. You got FTM, which we've talked about, which is up 34% and 57.72% over the last 7 days. So I am a hodler on that. And I do get awesome staking rewards on hotbit with that. So again, that's what I do. I try to get all the staking rewards that I possibly can, and I'll share them with you. So anyway, most definitely I know that if you listened to me yesterday, we kind of talked about this this compliance agenda when it comes to things that have to do with reporting the $600 or more through banking, Zelle, transactions, Venmo, PayPal, things like that, Cash App as well. So we just wanted to point that out. So this is an article coming from newsbitcoin.com. Janet Yellen defends tax compliant agenda, and 3 state treasurers promise not to comply. And most definitely, we're going to get right to the nuts and bolts of this things. And this person, Janet Yellen, is very concerned about tax evasion, according to statements she made during an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box that aired on October 5th. And then again, Yellen claims that there's an enormous tax gap, and she insists financial information concerning where income derived from can get hidden. So again, if I am a peer of yours and I decide that you want to accept a payment from me or vice versa, I shouldn't have to report that, because at the end of the day, we've probably already been taxed on that money if we're getting taxed through our employers. So again, this is another method and tools for us to be taxed higher at different rates. So again, she says that the collection of information is routine, which is bullshit, if you don't mind me saying that. The U.S. Secretary of the Treasury wants lawmakers to push Biden's American Families Plan tax compliant agenda in order to solve the issue. The proposed legislation, if passed, would require banks to report all inflows and outflows of at least $600 or more to the IRS. And in mid-September, Bitcoin.com News reported that Janet Yellen and IRS Commissioner Charles Redding asked lawmakers to pass the American Families Plan tax compliance agenda. And this proposed legislation aims to get all financial institutions to report deposits and withdrawals of $600 or more to the American Tax Agency, regardless of tax liability. And despite the apparent criticism from banks, privacy activists, and even state treasurers, Yellen has once again defended the idea. So of course she's going to defend the idea. She's corrupt. She's a political hack. And most definitely, they want your money to pay for their money laundering, their nefarious money schemes, Ponzi schemes, things like that. So again, I just try to ignore it. I just report on it. And most definitely, you come to your own conclusions. Use discernment. And most definitely, if you're going to cash out, make sure that you stay under that threshold. That's just the way you get through those loopholes. But anyway, moving forward, here is an article from blockworks.co. MoneyGram customers can soon convert cash to USDC. The partnership will provide customers with the ability to convert all cash to USDC and vice versa. And again, as of Wednesday, USDC has a market capitalization of $32.4 billion, which is up 1,110% from the $2.68 billion on the year ago date, according to CoinMarketCap data. And the partnership is expected to roll out in select markets in 2021 and hit international markets for 2022. So good. This is a big thing. This is a good thing. So keep your eyes on this and keep your eyes on USDC. And I do believe that that is going to be a vital role moving forward for American citizens with the CBDC or some sort of digital dollar moving forward. I do believe that this is probably that makeup moving forward with this. So this partnership highlights how much more opportunity there is to improve interoperability between traditional and digital financial rails, and we believe blockchain on and off ramps offer the right solution, said Danielle Dixon, who is the CEO and executive director of SDF, in an email to Blockworks. Together, we're showing how blockchain innovations like stablecoins connect to traditional rails to provide new economic opportunities for previously undeserved groups, she added. So again, That's big news. MoneyGram, that we all come to know, with XRP and Ripple being partnered with them at one point. And this article here from the blockcrypto.com kind of explains that, and we'll go over it. MoneyGram looks to Stellar and USDC to enable local currency payouts. Money transfer firm MoneyGram is partnering with the Stellar Development Foundation to enable crypto payouts in local currencies for users, according to a Wednesday announcement. And again, this partnership will see MoneyGram utilize Circle's USDC to settle payments and convert payouts to a user's local currency. MoneyGram's network will be integrated with the Stellar blockchain to settle the USDC transactions, and United Texas Bank will act as the settlement bank between Circle and MoneyGram. And as crypto and digital currencies rise in prominence, we're especially optimistic about the potential of stablecoins, as mentioned, to streamline cross-border payments, he said in today's announcement. And previously, MoneyGram had a partnership in place with distributed ledger company Ripple. However, it ended that partnership in March of this year, as Ripple continued its battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission over whether the XRP token constituted an unregistered security. And despite the stablecoin promise in cross-border payments, U.S. regulators are intent on taking another look at dollar-peg tokens. Circle continues to face an investigation from the SEC Division of Enforcement, and SEC Chair Gary Gensler recently likened stablecoins poker chips in crypto's Wild West casinos. Meanwhile, acting comptroller Michael Hsu has said he's thinking of stablecoin issuers through the lens of the U.S. wildcat banking era. So again, you could read the rest. It's not too much left, but just wanted to point that out, how this is moving forward. And again, it's coming full circle as far as XLM, XRP, cross-border payments, and certain remittances when it comes to retail people using certain platforms. So I'm excited about it. I'm not sure about you, but most definitely this is a good opportunity for those who do use the MoneyGram system. So here, this is coming from financefeeds.com. Ripple lawsuit raises hopes as crypto mom condemns SEC policy. As you guys know, I am an advocate for the crypto mom here, Hester Pierce, and most definitely I do think she's on the good side and the right side of things. It is disconcerting to me that for 3 years now I've been asking for regulatory clarity, and we can't seem to provide any. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, also known as the Crypto Mom among the digital asset community, has voiced her bafflement at the agency's lack of effort to provide clarity in the space. And again, Hester Pierce, who recently published a statement together with Commissioner Eli Roisman against the way the agency is regulating cryptocurrencies, has delivered her harshest assessment yet at an interview with Yahoo Finance. And she goes on to say, it is disconcerting to me that for 3 years now I've been asking for regulatory clarity, and we can't seem to provide any. I think this is really becoming a huge barrier to this industry being able to develop in a way that's safe, but also in a way that allows innovation to happen. And it's a real shame to me that we are not just taking up the mantle as regulators to develop a regulatory framework. And the SEC keeps on its regulation by enforcement mode. And I'm actually happy that she's speaking out. Maybe she can actually come on board and say some things, when questioning under oath, as you see Gensler and Yellen and all these other financial tools being, talked to in these hearings. So Ripple praised Commissioner Pierce's safe harbor proposal. Ripple Labs has recently provided feedback on crypto and blockchain laws, which can be summarized in 3 bullet points, which is to encourage innovation, sandboxes for crypto, increase public-private collaboration and engagement and consideration by the Senate of existing legislative efforts. The letter praised Commissioner Pierce's proposal of a safe harbor under which network developers would be exempt for 3 years from the registration provisions of federal securities laws, during which the time they would be allowed to launch their products and develop their networks through token transactions. So again, I think that's good because it gives these folks to get compliant, get into the framework that these folks are looking for. When it's all said and done, I don't think, again, these folks will exist. That's just me. Okay, so the SEC versus Ripple as the game changer, you can read that here. And most definitely there's more on Ripple down here. You can check off these articles below. So moving forward, SEC versus Ripple, what's next on the XRP lawsuit agenda? And again, this is coming from financefeeds.com. The SEC versus Ripple lawsuit has been dragging in the eyes of many executive and investors within the trading industry, particularly the digital asset space, leaving many questioning why is the lawsuit taking so long and when will the lawsuit end. Many legal experts, on the other hand, have said time and time again that the SEC versus Ripple is unlikely to have an ending this year, although anything can happen as a settlement deal could go down at any time. Again, here in late July, a series of strange things led attorney Jeremy Hogan to speculate that both parties have reached a deal, and that wasn't the case, but it goes to show that a settlement this year can't be ruled out entirely. So here's what's next in the cryptocurrency trial of the century. October 7th, Ripple is expected, which is today, to respond to the SEC's request for a protective order relieving the SEC to answer nearly 30,000 requests for admission. Tomorrow, October 8th, Friday, Ripple is due to respond to the SEC's intention to compel the production of video and audio tape recordings relevant to the case. And the SEC complained that Ripple's performed a flawed search, which we discussed earlier this week. And then last was September 28th. Here, the lawsuit's most popular telephone conference relating to the SEC's claim of deliberative process privilege for its internal documents, resulting in the judge ordering an in-camera review with a ruling on the matter coming in no earlier than September 28th, which was about a week or so ago. And most definitely, we could go down here for November 12th. In late August, the court updated the agenda to extend fact discovery to accommodate the dispositions of Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, and the deadline for expert discovery has been extended to November 12th. And here you can have a timeline of thing right here for all of your latest news for the case. Okay, and here again, there's more information on Ripple. So we titled the thumbnail or the title of the video, XRP ledgers could go offline, because this is a possibility. And this is coming from ambcrypto.com. XRP ledger payments could go offline with new proof of payments protocol. And this was published about 13 hours ago. And offline payments might soon feature on the XRPL as developers at XRP Ledger Labs, the software company behind XRPjoe's digital currency solutions. Our payment solutions recently revealed that the prototype of their proof of payments protocol during a presentation at the Apex Developer Summit in Tallinn. XRPL Labs developers showcased a demo of XPOP, the proof of payments protocol that will equip the blockchain to initiate XRPL-based transactions without an internet connection. And here you go to read from XRPL Labs, proudly showing XPOP proof of payments as presented by Richard and Apex Dev Summit, which is Tallinn, Estonia. XPOP generates an animated QR containing everything needed for offline XRPL ledger transactions proof. So you can check that video out there, which was posted on YouTube October 6th there. Any device integrated with the XPOP protocol will be able to issue a QR code through which the holders of XRPO-based asset can make payments instantly without both sides being online. The developer hope this will further diversify the ledger's use cases and can be utilized by devices that are not connected to the internet at all times. And this also includes locations such as bus stands, parking meters, and vending machines. So here they have it. So like, it's just like with this pandemic, you go into a restaurant nowadays, most restaurants have their menus on a QR code that you scan, you use it digitally. And I think that this is kind of the way that we're going and moving forward and progressing. And I think that the QR code is a unique thing, as before. Not too long ago, QR codes were like, what's that? And it wasn't really utilized as much. And now we're starting to see why these QR codes were created, so that these type of things are added as a use case. So I'm excited about it, and most definitely we'll be trailing this and see how this turns out. So again, Litecoin or Lite account users would also need to lock in just one XRP in comparison to the current requirement of 20. So check the rest of this article out. I think it's very interesting. And most definitely, I think that right now they're talking about it's in public beta version, which will be released on the testnet. So again, everything goes through a beta phase, and you want to check it out and see how it works out, how operational it is, the feedback, the flaws, the, things that they can work out, iron out if there's any difficulties or, use for being user-friendly, things like that. We want to always have that be a part of these new systems and opportunities moving forward. So yes, you will be able to transact a payment offline with the new proof of payments protocol. So here, let's move forward. This is coming from CoinDesk.com, and the reason why I am using this article is because there's some language in here that we want to discover, that I've discovered, and if I recall correctly, and which I did, certain language is always key to what is being said here now in the future, and being able to go back in the past, because that is always a part of the case. Ginger's crypto testimony. Here are some 6 takeaways from it. The SEC chairman laid out his stance on crypto regulation during the House Financial Service Committee hearing on Tuesday, and CoinDesk breaks it down. So there is some things that I want to point out. You can read this for yourselves. I hope that you do. It always is going to be left in the description. The SEC Regulatory Authority, Representative Patrick McHenry R. from North Carolina, the committee's top Republican, questioned Gensler about his concerning and contradictory statements about crypto regulation and whether the SEC has the authority it needs to regulate crypto. And in May, Gensler told Congress that the SEC would need additional legislation to regulate and define digital asset and exchanges, but McHenry pointed out that on Tuesday, in subsequent interviews with the media, Gensler's position on that has changed. The SEC chairman now posits that the SEC has the authority it needs to regulate crypto under existing legislation. And I think that the SEC's authorities in this space are clear. Gensler told McHenry, I think that Congress painted with a broad brush. Now remember this word, because we're going to go over it, for the definition of security, and included 30 or 35 separate areas that are within the definition of a security to protect the public against fraud. So again, I'm going to leave that at that. You can read the rest, and here are cryptocurrency securities. You can read that because McHenry asked this question and other committee members whether he considered cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether to be considered securities. Gensler's dodged the question, and he again says he's not going to get into any one token. And but I think that the securities laws are very quite clear, and if you're raising money from somebody else and the investing public has a reasonable anticipation of profits based on the efforts of others, that fits within the securities laws. Well, we talked about IPOs, we talked about that, how they do all of this stuff before it goes online. on the market. So shame on him for that. Okay, so let's move forward with this article coming from 2 years ago, July 29, 2019. Ripple CEO co-founder highlight intention to complement and not disrupt existing financial systems. So remember the term that I asked you to remember here shortly as we get into it. With the onset of the digital era, a new generation of internet-based currencies have continued to gain traction over the past few years. And while Bitcoin was positioned as a bank killer, which would eventually replace legacy financial establishments, Ripple has sought to accelerate the function of existing financial institutions, and then came Libra. The U.S. government concerns over Facebook heading a cryptocurrency project were legitimate, consider the social media giant's history of handling user data. So why are lawmakers responding to it now? Facebook's Libra may have just opened up the floodgates. Both Ripple and Libra are eyeing the disruption of cross-border payments, and by the looks of the Senate and congressional hearings, the Libra project might not be the light of day if Facebook fails to alleviate lawmakers' concerns, and it remains to be seen whether Ripple would eventually usurp the nearly 4-decade-old SWIFT, with the firm still playing it safe with the U.S. lawmakers. Days after voicing concerns about potentially stricter cryptocurrency rules over Libra's growing scrutiny, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, and Chris Larsen, executive chairman and co-founder of Ripple, urged the Congress to not paint the firm with a broad brush in an open letter, the Ripple executive stated. You understand the language? See, we go back here. We understand the language. Painted with a broad brush. There's no coincidences. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just looking at the past and looking at what we have come to see and hear in the future. Many in the blockchain and digital currency industry are responsible actors. We are responsible to the U.S. and international law, and we are responsible to serving the greater good. We don't take for granted the vital role of central banks in issuing currencies and setting monetary policy in concert with the complex dynamics of economics around the world. And for centuries, governments have been well suited for the job because paramount to the acceptance of any currency is trust. So again, they don't want to be painted with a broad brush, but Gensler pointed it out that Congress painted it with a broad brush for the definition of a security. Okay, so we're just connecting the parallels, connecting the dots, looking at the language, how some of these language coexist with one another, whether they be on the right side of things or on the bad side of things. We just want to make sure that we touch bases on them. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. That's my time for today, and most definitely we'll be back tomorrow with some more information. I want to go over a digital asset of discovery based on some information that was handed down to me. And most definitely we want to point that out, and we'll give credit where credit is due tomorrow on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you then. I hope that everything is going well with you all. Stay safe, be safe, and continue to prepare and prep yourselves for anything and all possibilities. God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.